It was kind of funny when I told my wife I wanted tampons for Christmas. But I said that intentionally. But I really meant crampons. They really do come in handy. Hey, JW's back here with you. Gonna do something a little different today. Gonna do a camp here. This will be a winter camp. I only got 2 more days left of winter, so I had to get it in. I want to do a camp every season, at least one. But I guess I'll start by turning around and showing you what I brought. It was a little bit of a hike getting up here, so I got these crampons, and they worked awesome going through the ice and snow. Had to cross over a creek. I had to take my shoes off to get over. So this is my backpack. I was going to try the backpack that I used to do my regular filming in, but it was way too small. But got my other camera. Got lunch and dinner and snacks. Part of my dinner. Drinks. Gas. My hammock. Mat. My stove. First aid kit. Fire starting stuff. The rest of my stove. Nice hot, I guess I should call it. And what's nice about this is the can fits right inside. We're gonna have soup and sandwiches. I haven't had SpaghettiOs in a million years, so I'm gonna try that with my sandwich. And then my sleeping bag here in the bottom. Like I said, I had to cross a creek, so you can attach all this stuff to the outside, but I didn't want it to get wet in case I fell. On the outside here, I got a battery pack. If I do a fire, got a saw. A saw there. And a little hatchet. That's about it in there. I don't know if I'm going to do a fire. I need to sit down for a bit. That's a hell of a hike getting up here. But I might try to do a fire just to have a fire. I'm going to cook on my little stove, though. The SpaghettiOs. So I'm going to get the hammock set up. I'm going to do the hammock inside the lean-to. I'll shut it off and I'll show you what I plan on doing. Hopefully it works. What I'm doing is putting one end of the hammock to here. And the other to the other post over here. So that's my plan. Hopefully it works. If not, I'll be sleeping right there on the ground. So I think this is going to work pretty good. I think this side my head is on needs to come down a little bit. This shoulder right here is a little up high. But I'll show you the setup here. So I just kind of made a loop around there to create like a little pulley so I could make easy adjustments, and then just hooked it onto the carabiner there, then tied a really crappy knot on both sides. But yeah, made for an easy adjustment around the post there. So further development on the setup here. First of all, I got my socks drying out there. I got a fresh pair I'm going to put on for the nighttime. I think I got the hammock a little more straighter. It's definitely not perfect. I think what's going on is these beams up here are not straight across from each other. So, but got my sleeping pad inside here, inside the sleeping bag. Got my charger in a little pocket here. My charging cord. I moved the bench that was outside and moved that in here. Maybe I could sit there and read tonight. Then I got my little cooking station over here. But I think what's next is to try and start a fire. And then cook some dinner. So this log was just sticking out of the ground. So I just cut a few pieces off the dry end of it. But I don't ever cut anything down that's standing because I don't know enough about the woods to know what's dead and what's not. So I only touch the stuff that's broken off or already on the ground. Try to get stuff that's kind of standing up so it's dry. I just mainly brought that little hatchet for protection. There's no way it's going to split this wood. But a few things I need to improve on. Getting a legitimate axe. Getting a little bit smaller sleeping pad. It's a little big for my sleeping bag. Getting some water boots would help when I cross the stream in the middle of winter. Well, not in the middle of winter, but it was still freezing cold. But I think what I'm going to do now is cook dinner and then maybe try and start a fire. I did bring my ferrule rod. Maybe I could zoom in on it. There should be. Which I've only used one other time when I was in Vermont. And first time I ever used it at work, but that was in the middle of summer in Vermont where everything's dry. They did provide some birch bark up here and some stuff to start the fire was left in the lean-to. So maybe I'll try it just really for the nighttime. There is some candles that I might light too. Some citronella candles. There's one on each side just for light if I can't get the fire going. So these tops are really nice. They just peel off. You don't have to bring a can opener with you. So I think I showed this before. A really neat little idea for the matches. Then I got my flint inside there. I got out a couple. I didn't know if I'd get it on the first try or not. That should just sit on there and cook. Maybe I'll eat my sandwich. I also got some snacks in here. My flat sandwich. I really had to pack my backpack in tight. Kind of flattened my sandwich out here. I'll show you. But I'll see you in a minute. She's starting to boil already. These stoves are rather quick. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to get a good temperature on them. So slow cooking is almost impossible. But it shouldn't be much longer. So just letting that cool down a little bit. Give it a shot here. Oh, that's perfect. Should warm me up a little bit. It's supposed to get down towards freezing tonight. It was in the 60s earlier, but I can feel it cooling off already. So, and I got some iced tea here. I've never tried this kind of iced tea. It's the Gold Peak, but it's the no sugar. It's really good. It tastes just, can't even tell it's diet. That and flavored water is what I've been trying to cut out with as much sugar as I can. Not only is it not good for me, but it gives me heartburn and stuff. So, but these are pretty good. I haven't had these in a long time, so I'm gonna finish these up and then we'll go from there. So, one of the things I like about this little stove, I'll get my spoon out of there and put my lid inside there. And I didn't bring any water with me on this trip, just iced tea, but so I have no way of washing up stuff. But I can just pop the lid on here. Now the lid doesn't stay on this one. I know some of the better ones do. But I just put my junk in there. And put put these in. Little handles. And then once I get this on, pull the drawstring, and everything's stuck right in there so I don't leave any junk behind. I mean, I would have carried it out, the junk out one way or another, but now it's just in here. I don't have to bother cleaning it. Doesn't get my backpack dirty. It's just all right inside there. Well, she's lit. I don't know if she'll stay lit, but... Well, look how sad my fire is. It's just a smoke bomb at this point. If I zoom in here, you can see how full this fire pit is. Someone needs to come up here with a shovel and get all that wet stuff out of there. But there's really nothing around here to... Maybe if I split those logs, if I had a correct tool to do that, could have gotten it to stay going, but there she be. She's a smoker. I did try the ferrule rod too, and I couldn't get that. I used matches to get her going at first. But I do have this for ambient light. Little citronella candle. And then I got my headlamp as well. So I'm just sitting here chilling now. Getting ready for the sunset. Go out and look at the sunset. And there's an overlook, which I've had on other videos. I'll go out and take a look at that here in a minute when it gets a little bit darker. Charging my phone up with my charger. So when it gets a little bit darker, we'll go check out that sunset. So I just got the camera in hand, looking at the sunset through the woods here. We'll go out to the overlook here in a minute. But I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but this is where the Finger Lakes Trail continues onward past the lean-to. Lean-to. There's the lean-to. And then this way heads back to the car. And then out here is the overlook. We'll head on out there. Okay, I just got the camera in hand, so it may be a little shaky, but this is the overlook. It's just beautiful overlook. Couldn't bring the drone up, just didn't have enough room for everything, so would have loved to have flown the drone up here. I've flown it up here before, the old one. I haven't flown my new one up here, I don't believe. Trying to be as steady as I can. I didn't bring the gimbal, I don't know why. But this is what I really wanted to take a look at. Is the moon. The last full moon of winter. This is the worm moon. The Native Americans gave every moon a name. Gosh, I wish I would have brought the gimbal. There I go. Kind of locking my elbow in on it now. But yeah, for each month they gave a different name to the moon, to the full moons. So this was the worm moon for March. And they called it that because the land become unfrozen, the ground, and worms started coming up out of the ground. So this is the month they named for the worm moon. There's a tower off in the distance. I just have my iPhone. It doesn't like to focus when I pan out for some reason. In high altitude. I'm up on top of a mountain here, so. Maybe I'll come back out when it's darker with the headlamp. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my gimbal and then I'm gonna put on that nice warm hat and those nice warm socks when I get back. But I'm gonna go take a look at that moon one more time. So we'll take a nice little night walk. You can actually see the trail better in the nighttime. You can see the lights on the tower a lot better as well. But there is the moon. Alright, I'm gonna head on back. Not as good as having a fire, but a little bit of light coming off the candle there. We're back. Probably gonna sit up on the bench for a little bit and then head on out to bed. Well, I climbed into the hammock. It took me a bit, but I got in here. I actually got so snug that I had to take my hat off. I was getting so warm. I was debating whether to sleep with the jacket on or not, but a little bit too late now. Unless I have to get up later. If I'm too hot, I'll take it off. But it's really comfortable with the pad in here, and hopefully I get a good night's sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It's still dark out, but my work alarm went off on my phone. So, taking today off. I think I'm just going to get up now and start packing stuff up, and maybe by then it'll be light out and I can hike out of here. Got kind of cold last night. I do have an underquilt for this hammock, but I didn't bring it. I thought with the wood floor, the lean-to, that I would need it, but maybe I should have brought it. But it wasn't that bad. Didn't sleep all that great. Got some sleep here and there. Got up to go to the bathroom a couple times, but not too bad overall for my first time in the hammock. So it was still way early, so my headlamp ran out of juice, so I couldn't hike out of here in the dark. So I needed to wait till sunrise anyways, but I made a nice little bed there on the floor. Packed up my hammock already. Used my backpack as a pillow. Got a little more rest. But there should be enough sunlight now to hike out of here. So just wanted to get a look at the sunrise before I pack up my rest of my stuff and head out. Here at the overlook. Beautiful bit of fog down there. And then the moon is still out. Facing this direction now. Turn around and look at the sunrise, I should say. One last time. So I think I'll end this one here. Just got to cross that creek. I'm not looking forward to that, but I hope you enjoyed the camp, and it was a lot of fun, and we'll see you on the next adventure.